Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pickle card reading, we will find out that if the person on your mind was to take a reading for you, a tarot reading for you, what would the reader tell them about you? Some general messages about you. What would the reader tell that person about your feelings towards them? And lastly, what advice would that reader give the person on your mind regarding you and regarding their connection with you? So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got three options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's take a look at some general messages that the tarot reader would give your person if they ever were to take a reading on you. Then we will follow that by taking a look at what would the reader tell them about your feelings towards them. And then lastly, what advice would the reader give your person about you? So the cards that came out for you guys are the Ace of Swords that says the breath of life. Then we have the Great Bear over here, which I believe is Judgment. Then we have the Knight of Wands. And we have the Queen of Swords in reverse. Alright. I heard determined. So it seems like the tarot reader would tell your person that you have completely made up your mind about the fact that you are not at all pleased with this person. You're very, very angry and you're very bitter towards them right now with the energy of the Queen of Swords being in reverse over here. And with the Knight of Wands coming up, I do feel like the tarot reader will call out your person as well for not valuing you while they had you, for going around here and there, for scouting their options, for always feeling like the grass was greener on the other side. In fact, this could have been a pattern between you both, that this person would come in your life and then they would promise you that they'd stick around, but then they would always go back to their old ways of finding other options, exploring other options, and then if nothing would work out over there, then they would come back to you. And I think they've done this many times, and the reader will be able to clearly see that. And most likely the reader will call out your person for this, and she'll tell your person actually, see that the reason why the person that you're taking a reading for, which is you, group 1, they're so cross with you and they're sitting in this energy of this is it now, I've reached the upper limit, I'm not going to tolerate any more bullshit from you, is precisely because of the way that you've treated them. In fact, with the Ace of Swords over here and Judgment, it seems like if this person will show interest or inquire, oh, will group 1 reach out to me or not, they always do, will they come back and talk to me or not, the reader will clearly tell them that that's not going to happen. If you are expecting communication from group 1, you can forget about it, because no way in hell is group 1 going to reach out to you again. So if you want to talk to group 1, you can, but if you are going to sit around and wait for group 1 to reach out to you, very, very limited chances of that happening. Also, this reader will make it known to the person on your mind that you are not interested in giving this connection a second, third, fourth, fifth, or whatever number of chance this will be. And it does seem like the person on your mind might be a little baffled when the reader highlights this point, like, oh, why would group 1 not be interested to rekindle things with me? They used to show interest that way earlier, so what's changed now? And it seems over here with the Knight of Wands upright and then the Queen of Swords in reverse, that the tarot reader will tell your person that what has changed is that, like I said earlier, the message that I was channeling is that group 1 has reached their limit of this back and forth energy of you coming, promising them a good time, having fun with them, and then leaving. In fact, if this tarot reader, because I've already, like, I can feel that she might call out your person, so if she continues down that path of calling out your person, she might also go on and say that you're not on the same page as the person that you're taking a reading for. You and group 1 are not on the same page. You're beneath them. because you, group one, are coming up as a queen and this person is a knight, and that too the knight of wands of all the knights that there possibly could have been. And one thing that is very irritating over here is it seems like the fox is smiling with its eyes closed. And what this tells me is that whoever this individual is whom you have on your mind right now might be the kind of people who, how some people are, they mess up multiple times, and yet for some reason they're always so confident that they can just strut back into people's lives with a smile on their face and say sorry and everything will be all right. And it seems like at the time of taking this reading, your person too will initially be displaying the same confidence. I mean, it's almost as if even before seeing the cards or even before the reader starts talking, your person will be sitting in a lot of confidence that, oh, I know it's going to be a positive reading. I know they're going to tell me that group one is waiting for me, group one cannot wait to have me back, and things like that. So, your person is in for a rude shock for sure. In fact, because we have the Ace of Swords over here, this tells me that whichever reader it is that the person on your mind is going to pick is somebody, who tells it like it is. Which is why I'm not surprised to see that they're being called out, and rightly so, they should be. Okay, now let's ask what will the reader tell them about your feelings towards them? And the cards that came out for it were Dragon's Lair, we have Orphaned, and we have Openness. All right. I heard enter at your own risk, and that's what the energy of the Dragon's Lair seems like. With Orphaned over here, I feel like the reader will really emphasize on the lasting negative impact that your person's actions have had on you. How you felt when they left, how you felt when they stopped talking to you, how they felt when you were trying really hard from your side to put the pieces back together, how for a really long time you actually were holding out hope, you were holding space for them in your heart, hoping that they would come back, but they didn't. Or even if they did come back, they didn't stay and they would always leave. So, the impact that it had on you, how alone it made you feel, even while the connection was still ongoing, is something that the reader is going to highlight over here. And I'm not surprised to see the Dragon's Lair, especially because we did have the Queen of Swords also come up for you guys. With the Dragon's Lair, I feel like the reader is going to tell the person on your mind that if you were to initiate contact with Group 1, be prepared, because there are some harsh truths that Group 1 might, fire away almost immediately. It also seems over here with the energy of Dragon's Lair and Orphan. Initially, when you used to talk to this person, your tone towards them, your energy towards them could have been very mellow, it could have been very soft. But now there has been a total change. Ever since you've come to the conclusion that I don't think this individual is going to break out of this habit, I don't think they're going to break out of this pattern, you've now come to the understanding that you need to be more protective of yourself. You need to protect yourself from this person. So the openness that was there once upon a time isn't there anymore in your energy towards them. And with Orphaned over here and Openness, the reader is going to tell them that if you're expecting that this is the energy that you will be met with, that's not going to happen. This is the energy that you will be met with. In fact, with Openness over here, it also seems like the reader is going to tell your person that Group 1 isn't limiting themselves to you anymore. Group 1 isn't sitting around and moping for you to come back anymore. Group 1 has put themselves back in the dating scene again. They are exploring other options again. And when this person hears this, Group 1, that you've made yourself available to other people now, you're exploring your options now, that is going to make them feel, they'll feel weird about it. They won't be happy about it. Which to me makes no sense, because, it's one of those things wherein if you do it, it's okay. But then if the other person does it, it's not okay. It's not acceptable. which is double standards. And in fact, in your case, it's not even double standards because you are not in a connection with this person. So, of course, you have every right to consider yourself single and go out and date. They were doing all of that while still being in a connection with you, which wasn't justified, which wasn't right. I also heard empty promises, group one. So, this person could have given you lots and lots of empty promises. And with the orphaned energy over here, the tarot reader is going to highlight that as well. That all the empty promises that you made to group one that you never really followed through made them feel horrible. So do not be surprised to now find them sitting in this energy. And do not be surprised if you try to talk to group one and they lash out at you, because I mean you've had it coming. You brought this upon yourself. Okay. Now let's see what advice or what message would the tarot reader give this person about you. And the card that we have for it is isolation. Very interesting. So I'm getting two messages from this. The first message, the first advice, which seems a bit friendlier, honestly, like for the sake of the goodness of both people, the tarot reader might ask them to leave you alone. She might ask your person to not contact you, to not bother you, because they've bothered you enough. They needn't do it anymore, and they should just let you be and let you have your peace finally, because you've got your peace after a really long time. And then the second message that I'm getting from isolation is that, and especially because this person we have seen in the beginning was expecting some sort of communication from you, and the reader had made it very clear to them that you're not going to reach out to them. So she might tell them that, listen, group one is not going to reach out to you. But if you reach out to them, don't keep your hopes up. Don't think that just because you've initiated a conversation with them and just because you've apologized over 100 times to them, they're going to take you back. Because with the energy of isolation, most likely, no matter what you say to group one now, they have made up their mind. They do not seem to be in an energy of backing down from it anytime soon. So no amount of apologies and no amount of, I'm going to make up for it and whatever promises they might feel like making in the next conversation, it's not going to have any effect on group one. And if group one has decided to single you out, if they've decided not to let you into their space, keep you isolated, not allow you to enter their boundaries again, then know for a fact that that is the plan that group one is going to stick to. So they will not melt at the first sentence that comes out of your mouth. That's not going to happen. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, group one. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello, group two. If you guys chose the second image, let's begin your reading by taking a look at your tarot cards and finding out some general messages that the tarot reader, that the person on your mind goes to, is going to give them about you. We will follow that up by taking a look at your feelings towards them according to the reader. And then lastly, what message or what advice would the reader give your person about you? So the tarot cards that came out for you guys are the Five of Swords, which says frustration in reverse. Then we have the Knight of Swords, the Ten of Cups, which says happiness, and we have the Magician, which is the shaman over here, in reverse. All right. A lot of you might have been attracted towards group one as well. If you want to watch group one, you most definitely can, I mean. With the Five of Swords being in reverse and all of this frustration energy, definitely the reader is going to tell your person that you've had it with them. You did as much as you could have, you tried for as long as you could have, and now that's it. With the presence of the Magician in reverse, the tarot reader is going to make it very clear to the person on your mind that you're not going to put in any more efforts in this connection. And maybe there was a time, group two, when you were manifesting this connection, when you were manifesting for a reunion with this person, but you're not doing any of that anymore. In fact, with the Ten of Cups and happiness over here, the tarot reader might tell your person that you have found your happiness with somebody else. That at the moment, as they're speaking, you are in a very soul-satisfying and happy relationship with somebody else. And You obviously deserve it because this is such a welcoming change from all of this frustrating energy over here. With the presence of the Knight of Swords, I feel like the tarot reader is going to tell the person on your mind that the reason why you chose to found your happiness elsewhere is because they could never give you the stability that you wanted. They maybe you wanted to settle down and then they did it, or they said that they will, but then each time you would bring up that topic, they would evade it. They would evade your questions. And it became very frustrating because after a point it seemed like this endless game of cat and mouse. And so the fact over here with the Knight of Swords that that this individual did not give you any emotional security, they did not give you any physical security, they did not give you any financial security, even maybe, is the reason why you decided to create the home life or just in general a happy relationship that you always wanted with somebody else. And this individual, especially if they are aware of the concepts of manifestation, they might be, I mean, if they're taking a tarot reading from for you, they might as well be aware of other concepts. So they might ask the reader that, okay, fine, group 2 has entered into a relationship with someone else or will enter into a relationship with someone else very soon. If I try to manifest group 2 back in my life, if I try to manifest a reunion with group 2, will they leave their current partner and will they come back to me? And the tarot reader will very honestly tell them that the chances of that happening are next to nothing. It's highly unlikely that group 2 is going to leave a happy, settled, good relationship just because you've decided to show up again. They might actually advise your person from manifesting anything of this nature. Whether they stick to the advice or not, of course, depends upon them. With frustration over here, I feel like for this group, whoever the tarot reader is, she might ask your person a lot of questions that might trigger them. And the reason why it might trigger them is because she might actually be calling them out. You know, things like, I can feel that maybe you did this to group 2. Did you? I can sense that you could have said something like this to group 2. Did you do that? And initially, they might try to, whoever this is, honestly, with the frustration card over here and the Knight of Swords, this is a champion at escaping. This is a champion at evading questions. So, whether it is you or whether it is their own reader, they might initially try to evade her questions as well. No, I did nothing of that nature. And then the reader will be like, don't lie to me, I can see it in front of me. That's basically what you did. In fact, since this is the energy of the Five of Swords, whoever this person is, they could have backstabbed you, group 2. They could have done something behind your back that was absolutely gut wrenching. It was horrible. They could have, for example, um, maybe they cheated on you with your best friend or something like that. Something that you could have never imagined. Something so bad. And when you would ask them about it, they would outright deny. No, I did no such thing. And this lovely fountain over here in the Ten of Cups, it's almost as if, what with all of the water over here, this new relationship, most of you are already in it. If you aren't, you will be shortly, at least at the time of whenever this person is taking a reading for you. This lovely energy of the water, it's so cleansing that once you enter into a relationship with somebody else, you will experience um, relationship healing. You will experience healing through that connection, and it'll wash away all of the wounds that this individual, with their immature and flighty energy, had given to you. Okay, now let's see what will the reader tell this person about how you're feeling for them. So the cards that came out for it are coming apart, and we have co-create and we have security. Interesting. So, one thing that the reader is going to tell this person for sure is that group 2 has become fiercely protective of their heart and of their feelings because of all of the massive pain that you've given to them. In fact, the reader might also go on and tell this person that, are you even aware that you've given trust issues to somebody because of your behavior, because of your actions? And so don't be surprised that if group 2 doesn't give you a grand and warm welcome, because with these cave walls over here, and then just in general, of course, the message with the security guard group 2 is that you don't want to experience this pain again. You don't want to step into the same river twice. You've learned your lessons. You do not want to give a second chance or a third chance, whatever this is, to somebody who has made you go through hell and back. In fact, with coming apart over here, the reader is going to tell the person on your mind that it looks like group 2 has already accepted that this connection is over, and that nothing can be done about it. Whatever little bit of it was left, whatever little bit of it they were holding on to, they've let that go. And so the connection has completely crumbled at this point from their end. And they have moved out of this connection, moved out from its remnants, and entered into another relationship. With the co-create card over here and the Knight of Swords, I feel like this reader is going to call out the person on your mind, and they're going to say that, look, at this point, you have no right actually to feel offended if group 2 does not give you a warm welcome, or even ask questions like, oh, is group 2 going to leave their current partner for my sake and come back to me? Because earlier, when it was group 2 trying their level best to make the relationship work, trying to co-create this relationship with you, trying to work with you, you weren't there. You weren't participating. You were perched at the top, sitting on your throne or something, and expecting group 2 to do all the work. And on top of that, you went ahead and backstabbed them. So now you will have to step down. You will have to leave your ego behind. Leave all of those tendencies, all of those actions behind if you really want to pursue this connection. Because with the security card over here in co-create, the reader will tell them that if you were to approach group 2, but your stance hasn't changed, you're still that egoistic person, group 2 will sense that through their inner wisdom. They'll know that there hasn't been any change in you. And they're not going to meet you halfway. They're not going to entertain you. And in case this person asks, why is it that group 2 thinks that this connection is over? Here I am taking a reading for them. Here I am asking whether or not we can reunite. So the reader is going to tell them that the reason why group 2 feels like this connection has fallen apart and that there's nothing that can be done right now is because you left them. You left them weeping. You left them crying. Whatever image they had of you in their heart and in their mind absolutely crumbled at this deceptive action of yours. It's almost as if group 2, you used to think so highly of this person, and then when you found out about their lies, when you found out about their cheating, you sat with yourself and you asked yourself, how could I not see this? What does this mean? This person was wearing a mask in front of me the whole time, and only now is it that I've come to find out what kind of a person they actually are. So you were shook, and rightly so, because of whatever it is that they did. So the reader will be able to see that in your energy, that you're in no mood of letting them step over your boundaries again. Okay, so let's see what advice or what message would the reader give this person about you. And for that we have creativity. So I'm not seeing the reader explicitly telling your person not to approach you or not to pursue this connection. But the advice that she might give your person, actually, I don't want to say your person, I mean the person on your mind. The advice that she might give that person is, if you want to approach group 2, you can. But because group 2 is very fiercely protective of themselves and of their energy right now, you might have to try and come up with some creative ways to dodge that bullet. You might have to try to come up with certain creative ways to enter into group 2's energy again, to talk to group 2 again. You might have to create opportunities to talk to group 2 again. You can't just simply drop a hi and expect miracles to happen. You might actually have to create opportunities to see them, meet them, and talk to them, whether you want to involve friends in it, whether you want to throw a party just for the sake of hoping that group 2 would show up with some friends or something, and if that might hopefully give you a chance to talk to them. But because of what you've done in the past, it's not going to be easy this time around. And you will really have to use whatever brains you have, everything, to then figure out how to go about it. I don't like this advice, if I'm being very honest, because come to think of it, this advice is just, it's just further, what's the word for it? Supporting this horrible tendency that this individual already has, which is of evading things. So even now, instead of addressing the problem, the suggestion that has been given to them over here is, try to come up with creative ideas to cross the bridge. But then that shouldn't be. So I don't know. Let's see. Maybe the reader that your person eventually chooses gives them some other advice. But for now, this is the message that I see. What I do like though is, the whole reading, what I loved was the security card that came out for you guys, group 2, which kind of assures me that no matter what advice this individual gets, whenever they do try to reach out, whenever they do try to initiate contact with you, you're not going to make it easy for them. You're going to make sure that they know what they put you through, and you're going to make sure that they know that you're very secure all by yourself right now and you don't really need them anymore. So these are all the messages that I have for you guys right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 3, if you guys chose the third image, let's find out what would a tarot reader tell your person if they were to take a reading about you. So we will start the reading by taking a look at some general messages that the reader is going to give the person on your mind, followed by what she might tell them about your feelings towards the person, and then lastly, what advice might the reader give your person. So the cards that came out for you guys are the Seven of Wands, which in this deck says clearance. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Two of Cups, which says attraction, and we have the Empress over here, which is the Green Woman. So it's interesting that we have clearance followed by the Wheel of Fortune. The reader might tell the person on your mind that whatever obstacles or whatever blockages there were in this connection, which were preventing a union from taking place, have now finally been cleared because of some divine intervention that has occurred, or because your destinies are highly favoring this connection at this time. In fact, if these blockages if the blockages had occurred because of some explosive communication that had been exchanged between you guys, or if this was a situation wherein you had blocked them, maybe at the time when this individual takes the reading, you could have unblocked them, or you could have, unblocked them and then deleted their number or something like that. So that's one way in which the blockage gets cleared. Now, of course, for different people, the blockage can be different things. For example, maybe for a few of you, the blockage was the fact that this was a long distance thing, and so because of that, earlier nothing was happening. But now the blockage has been removed because of the relocation of either one of you. And so now, at the time of this reading, like whenever this individual takes this reading, you guys are in the same city. So that's how the blockage gets removed. Something that they did not see coming, something that you did not see coming has happened, or like will happen because of divine intervention, which is why the reader will say that the blockages have been removed now. So if you want to make a move, if you want to try your luck with this connection again, you can. With the Two of Cups over here in attraction, the reader might tell this person things like, oh, this is a soulmate connection. There's a reason why you haven't been able to forget group 3, and most likely group 3 hasn't been able to forget about you either. No matter how far away you guys go from each other, no matter what you both do, you both still find yourselves feeling a pull towards the other person. So this reader might tell your person that the attraction is still there, the feelings are still there, and that there's a very good chance of a union or a reunion. Since we have the Empress's energy over here, the tarot reader might also tell your person that no need to look any further. This is the person for you. This is the best partner that you can possibly find for yourself. This reader might also ask your person that of all the people that you've dated recently or all the people that you've dated in the past, did anything ever stick? Did you ever feel like, oh, this is the person that I absolutely cannot live without? And most likely, your person is going to say no. Upon which the reader will tell them that the reason behind it is because this group 3, they are sitting in the Empress's energy. So they are the one for you. This is a destined connection with the Wheel of Fortune, the Two of Cups, and the Empress over here. This is your divine counterpart. This is the person that you're supposed to be with. Another interesting thing is that the tarot reader will also tell your person that group 3 is sitting in the energy of the Empress. So they want nothing but the best for themselves. They know their worth. In case when you guys were together, if group 3 had any self esteem issues, any self worth issues, all of that is a thing of the past now. In case you guys haven't seen each other in a long time at the time of this reading, if you guys haven't spoken to each other in a long time, the reader might also inform your person that you've gone through a massive, massive glow up and you do not look like how they remember. And in fact, your personality, your looks, all of that have had an upgrade. The reader might also tell your person that if you think that group 3 doesn't care about you anymore or group 3 doesn't think about you anymore, that's not true. Sometimes group 3 still wonders about you. Okay, now let's see what will the reader tell your person if they ask about your feelings towards them. So the cards that came out for it are the Compass, which is very interesting because we do have the Wheel of Fortune over here as well. Then we have Treasure Island and we have Transformation. All right. So the reader is going to tell your person, group 3, that you have surrendered this connection. Like right off the bat, very clear. With the Wheel of Fortune, the Compass, and the Empress, you have surrendered this connection, and the reader will know it. So she'll tell the person on your mind that if you think that group 3 has put their life on hold for you, if you think that group 3 is sitting around and waiting for you to make a move or waiting for you to come back, I don't see that. With the Treasure Island and the Empress, the reader is going to tell your person that group 3 seems to be in a very self-sufficient and a very happy energy. She might not necessarily jump to conclusions about whether or not you're single or whether or not you're dating anybody, but it seems like the focus of the reading will be more about just you and how happy you seem to be with your life at that time and how happy you seem to be with yourself at that time. And with the Treasure Island over here, which is so interesting because all of the treasure is actually on the turtle's back. So the reader is going to tell your person that, so like I said, with Transformation, group 3 is not how you remember them to be. When you guys were together, and if you had ever noticed this about group 3, that they were always, um, chasing after you, or they were always somehow trying to prove their worth or prove to you that they were good enough for you. That does not happen anymore. Group 3 does not do that anymore because group 3 has now come to the realization that they are the treasure. They don't have to look around for it anywhere else. They don't need anybody else to complete them. So there has been a massive, massive shift, not just externally, but also internally in group 3. Of course, with Transformation, Compass, and the Seven of Wands, this will also tell the reader that there has been a shift in your feelings towards the person on your mind right now. So, if initially you were in a very closed off and blocked energy regarding this person and this connection, for example, lots of bad blood and dislike, oh, I don't want to see their face again, I don't want to hear their name again. Ever since you've stepped into your energy, ever since you've stepped into your power, this lovely divine feminine energy, you don't do that anymore. You don't do like bad blood grudges. I don't want to see their face. You don't do that anymore. Why? Because it just does not matter to you anymore. It does not affect you anymore. It does not bother you anymore. So in fact, for a lot of you, that might also indicate how a blockage has been removed, because your energy has become more receptive. And not just for the person on your mind, but just in general, whatever lovely things the universe is planning to send your way, you are open to receiving all of that. So, with transformation, the reader might tell your person that if initially you felt like group 3 might be in a very hostile energy towards you, that's not the case anymore. Their energy definitely does seem to have mellowed down a little bit, but not to the extent where you can expect them to show up at your doorstep. That's not going to happen. In fact, with Treasure Island over here and Compass, and of course the Empress's energy, the tarot reader might also tell your person that at the moment, group 3 is more focused on creating their wealth, they're more focused on their money, their finances, and their success, rather than chasing anybody or chasing love or things like that. They'll make it very clear and very known to this individual that group 3 is attracting things now, they're not going after things. Also, with transformation over here and Compass, the reader might tell the person on your mind that if at all they want to make any positive changes in their equation with you, if they want to bring about a positive change in this connection, now will be a good time to do so. And when I say now, I mean, of course, whenever it is that the person on your mind is taking a reading. So it looks like that will be a favorable window for them to make a move towards you and to try to make things right. I do feel like the person on your mind might ask the reader whether you're single or whether you're seeing somebody. With the transformation card, the reader will tell the person on your mind that there is no lack of options around you, but that with the Treasure Island, because you know what you are worth now, group 3, you are not going to give yourself to just about anyone. You're not going to settle. You're not going to make any compromises like that anymore. Okay, let's see what advice or message might the reader give your person. So the card that came out for it is rejection, which is actually a very good and a very powerful advice. I'll explain. Because you're sitting in the energy of the Empress, and because there has been this massive transformation that you've undergone, wherein you've now fully come to realize who you are, what you're worthy of. So, with rejection, the reader is going to make this very clear to the person on your mind that if you approach group 3 with anything short of what they deserve, they are not going to entertain you. They are not going to give you a second chance. Since group 3 is sitting in the energy of the Empress, if you cannot match up to that, if you cannot be the emperor that she's looking for, she's not going to give you a second chance. She doesn't do that anymore. She's run out of chances to give. And with rejection over here, and because the Two of Cups had also come up earlier, the reader is going to tell your person that if you truly still like group 3, if you truly still want to be with group 3 and give this connection a chance and, make things right, then make sure that you work on yourself. Make sure that when you knock at group 3's door again, and they open the door, you show up as the emperor and not as who you used to be, because they're not operating in that timeline anymore. They're not operating at that frequency anymore. Group 3, they've upgraded, they've elevated. And so, like we've already seen, there is no shortage of options for you anymore. But the reason why maybe you're not settling or you're not considering any of those options, or you're not feeling like wasting your time on any of those options, is because you know what you want. You know what you want. You know what are the qualities that you're looking for. You know what are the characteristics that you're looking for. So, unless and until this individual can embody those characteristics, those qualities, and that energy, it is going to be a big, big no from your side. It might be friendly, your tone might not be absolutely harsh or blunt, but it'll still be strict enough for them to know that you're not going to budge. And so that'll be a much, much needed advice for this individual. I feel like if you cannot step up, then you can forget about group 3, because group 3 is definitely not going to step down from this Empress energy anymore. All right, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you guys right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're new over here, and hit the bell icon when you do so. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.